The effects of untreated hearing loss. It can be very frustrating when your friends are having fun while you are isolated because of your hearing loss. But it doesn't have to be that way. Hearing loss is one of the most common conditions among adults, and in most cases, it can be treated. The most important step. Hearing is one of our most important senses, yet many people who face hearing impairment deny the inevitable truth for a long time. The most important step is to recognize the fact that you have hearing loss. Otherwise, you cannot go on to get treatment. This first step may be the most difficult, and it may take a long time before you are ready to take it. Every journey begins with a first step. Once we have diagnosed the cause, there are many paths you can take to minimize the effects. The effects of untreated hearing loss. Although hearing loss affects people differently, numerous studies have linked untreated hearing loss to a number of serious emotional and social consequences: irritability, negativity and anger, tiredness, worry, stress, and depression, avoidance or renunciation of social interaction, difficulties in communicating with others, social rejection and isolation, reduced level of awareness and increased risk to personal safety, weakened memory and reduced ability to learn new tasks, decreased performance on the job or during education. Does that feel like it? Take a moment to see if you recognize any of these 10 statements. It often seems to me that people around me mumble and speak very softly. I have to turn up the volume on the TV, the radio and the phone. I can't hear what people are saying unless they're looking right at me. I often need to rest after work or school because I am so tired. I often feel insecure when I come out because I don't know where sounds come from. I have trouble recognizing voices, especially in meetings. I often feel depressed and lonely. I find it very difficult to have a conversation in a crowded place. I have a hard time remembering things. I feel like my family and friends are tired of having to repeat everything they say. If you are familiar with any of these symptoms and concerns, it is important to seek help. It may all be related to a hearing loss. Effects on working and educational life. In addition to affecting your personal and social life, untreated hearing loss also affects your daily work and academic life. You need to be able to communicate effectively wherever and with whoever you are with, be it your friends, clients or classmates. If you have untreated hearing loss, your brain has to work harder to differentiate important sounds from background noise. Office meetings, conferences and other everyday tasks become more demanding and exhausting, affecting the effectiveness with which you perform each task. Hearing aids can help you maintain attention more easily so you can concentrate with less effort. Emotional consequences. Most people with untreated hearing loss are vulnerable to serious emotional and social consequences. Hearing loss can make a person more irritable and less tolerant and, if left untreated, often leads to social isolation, low self-esteem, depression, anxiety, frustration and anger. It can even lead to paranoia. Studies also clearly show that people with untreated hearing loss are less likely to participate in social activities compared to those who use hearing aids. Advantages of treatment. Fortunately for you or your loved one, you don't have to go that far. As soon as the hearing loss has been recognized, you will no longer be alone. Many people who use hearing aids for the first time notice that their mental energy has increased, and experience significant improvements in many areas of their lives. These include their relationships at home, their ability to socialize, and a sense of independence in both social and working life. Equally important, families of hearing aid users also notice these improvements.